Honorable Chairperson, most revered Acharya Dr. Lokesh Muniji, Honorable Guests of Honor, Shri Murlikant Petkarji and Shri Anup Jalotaji. I told him how many years I've been his great fan, and sir, it's a great honor to sit next to you. Our beloved founder, President Dr. Sanjay Chordia ji, Vice President Mrs. Sushma Chordia ji, proud awardees. Maybe I should correct myself. Awardees, we have done the society proud, the nation proud. Distinguished members of the family of Sahyadri Group of institutions, ladies and gentlemen. Let me also extend a very warm welcome to you all, my personal welcome. This is an evening of great celebration. To start with, I'd like to congratulate and thank the Suryadatta Group of institutions, the 25-year journey, a magnificent journey with tremendous visionary leadership that you both have provided, Sanjay ji and Sushma ji. It has been truly a magnificent journey. I would like to focus on the next 25 years. Because as they say, we only think of the future. Because that is where we are going to spend the rest of our life. Am I right? And so, what is the path forward? We have built such a fantastic platform. And as you keep on saying, the world has changed. All right? How do we respond to that changing world? I went through very carefully the papers that had come my way. And one of the wish is that of Mohan Daria ji. On 11 February, he wrote a mail to you saying that I want you to be the Harvard of India. Then you responded to him. Then he again wrote, I expect that you will fulfill my dream of carrying out, making your institute at Harvard. I think we should reflect on that. Why is Harvard so special? No matter who does the evaluation, why is Harvard first? I'll give you some insights. I was myself a visiting professor for 7 years in the month of October from 2007 to 2014 at Harvard. And I have seen what makes them special. And a lot of these things you are already doing, by the way. I want to emphasize that. First is there is education, there is research, and there is innovation. Education disseminates known knowledge. Research creates new knowledge. And innovation converts that knowledge into wealth and social good. Now you will see our institutions like IITs, we are just doing education, not research. Indian Institute of Science was just doing research, not education. The ISRs that have come are doing both education and research. ISR, Indian Institute of Science, Education, Research. So integrating all these three is one of the hallmarks. The second point, you must see that research converts money into knowledge. Innovation converts knowledge into money. And therefore, your efforts, for example, the startup that you have, the incubators that you have, are leading to that particular process. So, are we getting our fundamentals right? Yes. The other thing is, we do Saraswati Puja on one side and Lakshmi Puja on the other side. They root from Saraswati to Lakshmi. I remember I was chairing the Reliance Innovation Council, and one of our members was George Whitesides from Harvard. His H index, which determines the quality of the science, was close to 200, the highest in the world, number one. But at the same time, the market capitalization of the startup that he had, can you believe it? It was $30 billion, 240,000 crore. Saraswati and Lakshmi going together. So I think that was something interesting. The other thing is that everybody is not great in everything. I remember Harvard was #1 in medicine. In fact, by the way, Harvard has had 161 Nobel Prize winners, out of which 10 were in a single school, medical school. It was so great, it was #1. And in engineering, there were 22. 1 here and 22 here. MIT was #1 in engineering and 23 in medicine. What did they do? They came together. And they created a powerful school called Health Science and Technology. In fact, I was a visiting professor there. So what you do is partner, combine. Have we done it in Pune? Have we done it in India? No. Why not? That is the next issue. The other is excellence. I was asking somebody, how does Harvard become so great? And they would always say, well, students is no problem. We get the best students in the world. Faculty. They said, any faculty that we needed, we'll make a list of top 5. We'll offer to the first one. If he doesn't get, we'll give it to the second. So the best possible faculty. So it was excellence, excellence, and excellence. And the last part, very interesting, people don't recognize that, is alumni. The strength of the alumni. And you have a wonderful strength. You know, their alumni are the strongest. Their corpuses supported by the alumni are the biggest in the world. And most importantly, their governance is done by their alumni. Because that's an institute close to their heart. So since Mohan Dhariaji has been talking about Harvard, Harvard, and Harvard, we must aim at that. Absolutely, because aspirations are our possibilities, and there is no other way but to aim high. All right, so that's not an issue. I thought, since I had read too much of this correspondence, I thought, let us settle it at the age, at when 25. When you do 50, I would not be there. But I think, please take this letter out again and say where we are. And we'll be there. That's the first part. The second part I want to talk about very quickly is everybody is talking about India at 75. I've not seen many people talk about Bharat at 75. Bharat resides 70% of it, to be precise 69%, somebody told me, in villages. 17% of it lives in slums. Can we be talking just about India at 75, the shining? Should we be not talking the one that is not shining? And after COVID, there has been a greater disaster, as you can quite clearly see. So I would not like to talk about India at 100. I like to focus on Bharat at 100. All right? That inclusion is very important. So what could we say about this? So I have this dream of this Bharat, which is santulit, balanced. I would like to dream of a classless society, for example. I like to dream of a casteless society, if at all that is possible. The second is Suvidya, all right? And you already are demonstrating how you can have Jnana Samvardhan, Buddhi Samvardhan, Vichara Samvardhan, Acharya Samvardhan, Swasthya Samvardhan, Sanskriti Samvardhan, Netrutva Samvardhan, most important, Mulya Samvardhan, the values, most important. The other one is, of course, Susanskrit, cultured. Being cultured is not just having a pride of our own religion, also respecting other religions. That means cultured. Very, very important. Sushasit, we must protect our constitution at any rate, all right, the fundamental rights. Samruddha, we don't want, we want to grow, like what was said. For example, we'd like to have a $40 trillion economy, not get trapped into middle income trap. But there we must make sure that nobody is left behind. Am I right, Bokil Saab? Nobody is left behind. The other one is Surakshit, secure, not only at the borders of Pakistan and other things, and China, but also internal security. Inequality is increasing. What will inequality do? Increase social disharmony. We can't afford that, can we? We can't. Food security and other security. And lastly, Swanandi. Happiness. Sir, you mentioned about that again and again. And it is happiness, peace, within and outside. The within part of it is what was earlier talked about. I think both. So that is the dream that we have to look at. And the last part, talking about future, is the book that is being distributed is called Durdamya Ashavadi. That is my biography, okay, which was just released. People call me a dangerous optimist. I am a dangerous optimist about my India, all right? And I'm seeing the rapid change that is taking place in India. If you just see last 10 years, just see mobile data transmission. I have given you the book Leapfrogging to Pole Vaulting. Beduk udi te Hanuman udi. Are we doing that? Yes. Look at February 2017. In 231 nations, we are 156th. In 1 year, we did not leapfrog from 156 to 100. We pole vaulted to number 1. And we have continued. We are the largest, number 1 today. You look at, for example, mobile payments. We are the biggest in the world. We are way ahead of China. Very rarely have we been behind, but you can see because of the digital access what has happened. Look at decarbonization. There are 3 things that are important: digitalization, decentralization, and decarbonization. Look at light emitting diodes, for example. Within 7 years, we moved from 0.7% penetration to 88%. It's a world record. Decarbonization. It was a combination of technology and policy and other innovations. We could do that. You look at financial inclusion, JAM, Jan Dhan Yojana, Aadhaar and mobile, all right, fastest. And look at startups, for example, since we talk about startups. You know Unicorn. Unicorn is $1 billion market cap, 100 crore. Am I right? Until 2016-17, we were having 1 unicorn per year. In 2021, we had 1 unicorn per week. That is the change. Why? Because of the digital access. And most important news I will tell you, I did an analysis, 50% of them come from Tier 3 cities, Tier 2 cities. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Tier 3 cities and Tier 2 cities? A son of a farmer, for example, at the age of 27, 28, having a market cap like that, and access and opportunity, you can quite clearly see how it is taking place. I think we have to keep that momentum. And if we work with Team India, if we remain one India, we can actually do that. That is the dangerous optimist in me. You have given me 10 minutes. I think I have consumed my 10 minutes. I don't want to spend more than that. But I just want to thank you again. I remember 2006, Mohan Daria ji gave me the award. That is 6 is 14 plus 17 years ago. After 2 years, you invited me to be the chief guest. I remember at that time, we gave it to Pandit Jasraj, Baba Saheb Purandare, we gave it to Anna Hazare, and we gave it to Jain Naradikar. I still remember. And they say all good things have to be repeated, so here I am. Thank you very much.
I request all of you to please stand up and give us a standing ovation to such a great scientist of our country to make India feel proud on the global map. Big round of applause.
हम चले सूरज की ओर, हम चले सूरज की ओर।